Well, hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, May 26th, 2026. Oh, it's 5/26/26 at 7 p.m. Eastern. This is Lisa Freeman coming to you live from stampingwithlisa.com. Welcome, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fabulous week so far. I know it's only Tuesday, but hopefully your week is going by really well. It's going so fast. I'm like, I have my trip coming up this weekend, so I've got so much on my to-do list, but it's like I just think I'm never going to get everything done in time, but I know it'll all get done eventually. I did make my list, my packing list, and I've got today's video ready. I've got class Thursday, and then I've got Thursday video. I'm going to do what I'm doing in class. So Thursday and Saturday will be part 1 and 2 of my class projects. So that'll be fun. I was gonna try and do it all in one video, but it took 2.5 hours today, so I don't think I could fit it all in one video. So I'm thinking it'll be definitely 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. So we're having a kind of yucky weather. We had a thunderstorm today. We've had rain every day. It's like the first time they've ever been right about the weather. It's just been raining off and on for like a week, not a week, but I guess about 4 or 5, about 5 days now. So I decided today what we're going to do is make some cards with different paper that than the one that goes with the stamp set. So the stamp set is on page 20 of the catalog. So here's the stamp set and the dies. I know they're teeny weeny in there. It does come as a suite, so you can get the whole suite, which has these little trinkets that are so cute. And you get the paper, the stamp set, and the dies, and that is all in your suite. And it's only 68.75 for all of that, so that's a great deal. But the paper that comes with it, I love the first 2 sheets. Let me show it to you. I forgot to bring it with me because I'm not using it today. It is, here we go. All right, so you can't really tell, but there's 2 sheets in here that are like this that have like squares and rectangles you can cut out, and they're already like scenery. That's my favorite 2 pages. The rest of them have like this one has the um life preserver and all these floats and stuff. And then there's one with bicycles, one with another life preserver thing, and then one with seagulls, one with fish. So those are okay backgrounds, but I really like the scenery better. So I decided to use Thoughtful Journey, which is on the retiring list right now. But it's still there. I checked yesterday and it was still there. It is low inventory though. So if you have never gotten this paper, it's my favorite paper like ever. This is probably like 3 different packs, the ones that are left I have. I do have a couple more packs, but I didn't want to open them. But I have a bunch of this is my favorite piece right here. But then we've got this one I'm using tonight. And then this one I'm using tonight. I was just looking for good scenery ones. This one I didn't really think was a good one for, I guess you could have put the deck chair with that one. And I used this one. So I picked those 3 to use tonight. And there are a bunch of different ones in the pack, but I didn't feel like opening another pack and I already had these open. So I just picked from that. So these are the 3 pieces that we're using. I'm going to show you how I cut them because you got to cut them down from 6x6 to 5 1/4x4. And then this is a stamp set. So we're going to be using this and this and this. And you could, if you wanted to, just cut or stamp and die cut the book and the coffee mug to put on the arm of the chair. And then here's the dies that come with it. So you get this chair, which is what we're using. And you also get this chair, which you can put either this back or this back on it. And then it also has these little things, which are actually little handles that go on the, um, well, they're little like things that go on the handle, like right there and right there. Everybody always is like, what is that? But it's those pieces right here that go on top. I don't know. Um, and then you've got your book, your coffee mug, your birds, and your um, seagrass stuff. So it's a really nice set or bundle or suite, you know, just get it all. Just get it all. But this paper is getting ready to go out, and I wanted to do one more project before it leaves. And I wanted to show you this is, I didn't get any happy mail today, but one of the girls that came to class today, Lynette, she gave me this. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And it was like, is there anything in it? It's so light. And I looked at it. It was her class fee. So she rolled up the money and put it in there. And I said, that is the cutest thing. So I think I might make some of these. She didn't know where she got the pattern, but I think it's pretty easy. It's just like one piece scored and folded up, and then it has a hole punched in it. And then she said, somebody said they saw it somewhere and it had, oh, what are those things called? It's some kind of like a wafer that starts with the M, I think. That's French or something. I can't remember what the name of it is. But somebody said they saw that and that was sticking out of the hole there. So, um, but I just thought this was so cute. She always brings me something really cute. But this would be good to take on the cruise and give to like the room steward or the waiters or something like that. Put some money in there. So I thought that was so cute, isn't it? Just adorable. All right, so let me say hello real quick. Anybody remember what I'm talking about with that? Anybody think of a wafer that's like a circle and it's like Mercy, that's what I'm thinking of. Mercy. Is that a wafer thing or is that just chocolate? Maybe it's just a piece of chocolate. I was thinking it was something that was rolled up though, like a pirouette thing, but smaller. Yeah, Mercy is what she said. Okay, so here's what you need. The 6x6 pieces that I showed you. So the trees, and then both of these with the kind of seagrassy stuff. I think this one is actually called something else that has that white stuff on it. I forget. But this is what I kind of have this stuff in my yard, but it's green instead of like Cajun craze. So you need these three pieces of that. And then we've got three different colors for the base. So I've got Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Cajun Craze. And then let's scoot this over. And then we have the inside piece, which is 5 1/4 by 4 white. So you need three of those. And then this is just scraps of 3/4 inch white. So I'm just going to stamp relax on there, and then I'm going to just rip it. Actually, this one might be the right size. I think it is about the right size. So you just need scraps of that. And then you also need scrap paper to stamp your chair and cut it out. So we've got some scrap paper for that. So take a screenshot of that. My squeaky chair. Oh, I still haven't said hello. I was telling the girls today, I said, I think I'm getting Alzheimer's because I forget so much stuff all the time now. Hey, Tony. Hey, Christine. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Cam. Hey, Therese. Hey, Jody. Did I say Tony? Yep, I said Tony. Hey, Joan. Hey, Diana. Hey, Terry. Hey, my Hamilton. You gotta start putting your name there because I can't remember what it is. Hey, Susan. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Heather. Hey, Christine. Hey, Lou. Hey, Bina. Oh, Lou, you're getting some good rain too. I think a lot of people are getting rain because when I looked at the weather map, it looked like the whole East Coast is raining. Hey, Trina. Hey, Laura. I think I'm gonna stop. Hey, Kay. Going to have demo soon using, yes. Kay, it's gonna be Thursday and Saturday. And it did sell out, so it's no longer available. So those of you that bought it when I told you to, good job because it sold out. So if you have it, we're going to be doing it next video and Saturday. So we're going to do 4 cards next time, 4 cards. I did 8 total. So yeah, those of you who have joint issues, I just saw Jody's post. Man, I tell you what, my knees have been killing me the last couple days because of this rain. So we're just going to set this aside for a sec and do these. Okay. So Let me show you how to cut this real quick. Just ignore my squeaky chair. Now, you guys know I do these upside down. All right, so this one, what did I do? Oh, that's this one right here. All right, I cut the top down first. No, I didn't. I cut the side. I cut this side. All right, so we're going to cut it at 5 1/4 on the left side. So that gives us this strip right here. And I'm using these strips for the inside. So that's going to go on the inside. And then I cut this at 4 inches. So just go over to 4. And then you could save that for something else. So there's one. Then the second one, I cut this side. I'm going to turn it upside down. So 5 1/4 off this side. And then I cut it at 4 off the bottom. All right, so there's number 2. And then number 3, I cut off this side again. We'll turn it upside down, go over to 5 1/4. And these are all be my inside pieces. And then I took this right off the top too. So 4 inches. So you just have a little purple. So there's my cuts. Pretty easy. So I basically cut the top. Well, top off of this one and the bottom off of this one. So there you go. So we can just go ahead and glue these down to the right colors. So this one goes with the blue. So what I did was I just took these, put them over top of my papers and said, okay, this one goes with this one. This one has a lot of green in it. We'll go there. And this one goes there. So easy to match the colors. And it also tells you on the package what colors go with it. So this would have been pretty with fresh freesia also, but I liked the blue better. Thank you guys so much. Can't wait till Thursday. Yeah, I'm going to give you all the measurements and everything. And I didn't use anything paper wise that was not in the kit. So the kit will have everything you need. I did use the Gallery Bloom stamps. So we'll be using the Gallery Bloom stamps and some word stamps. So just grab any words you want. And I did use the Gallery Bloom for the inside of the card. And then the only thing that I did for that kit was I took, it has 12 by 12 white in it. And instead of cutting that up for card bases, I just went ahead and swapped it out with 8.5 by 11, just to make it easier to do. All right, for the inside, I just stamped the seagrass on one side. And it doesn't really matter which side you pick. And this is crumb cake. So we're just going to take our crumb cake and stamp this and then stamp it again. So you have just that. And I'm not going to do this on this one, but these two, I'm going to have seagrass. This one, I'm just going to use that little piece from the inside. Okay. And then this one. So we're going to have all these strips left over. So on this one, I'm just going to use the strip. So I'm just going to put that right, maybe a little bit over both edges. So just put some glue down here, line it up about where you want it. I can't see that. Get it right up to the edge. And then just snip it off. So you're just going to cut that and cut that. These literally are like 5-minute cards. And if you wanted to, you could put that on the other side too. It wouldn't matter. And then for this one, we're going to put this on here. And I'm going to do it like that, kind of in the middle. And there you go. And then we're just going to cut that off. Alrighty, so there's that. And then one more. This one will have this one. I'm going to put this one all the way down here. Okay. So my mother called me like about half hour ago and I was getting ready for the video and she's like, "Are you busy?" I said, "Well, kinda." And she said, "Well, I saw you called." I said, "Yeah, I was just calling you earlier." And I said, "You didn't answer twice. I figured you weren't in your room and you might be hanging out in the foyer or the dining room area." And she goes, "Yeah, I was hanging out with Lance." I said, "I kind of figure." That's the man she has the crush on. But I think they're just really friends. She has a crush on him, but I don't think he's really interested in her. I don't think he's interested in anybody. He's just a really nice guy. All right, so that's that one. And this one goes with this one. But he's very nice, which I'm glad she gets out of the room occasionally and has somebody to talk to. But she's like, "I'm just not friendly like you are." And she said, "I'm kind of scared to go up to people and talk to them." And I said, "Well, you're not scared when I'm there." And she goes, "Yeah, but when you're not here, I'm just very shy." And I was like, "Okay." Which she is. I know she is. But I can't be there all the time. All right. So here's that. Okay. So now for the chairs. So we've got scrap paper. I'm just going to do one of each color. So these two, I did the same color, which is the Cajun Craze. And then this one I did Misty Moonlight or Night of, no, I did Night of Navy. I did Night of Navy. So I'm going to stamp the Cajun Craze. Oops. Just realized I put one of these away and I still need it. Okay. All right. So we're going to stamp this in Cajun Craze. Might be easier to do it this way. And this is like a quarter of a sheet of white cardstock. So I'm going to do it down here. And you can fit two, hopefully. The scrapbook kit is oh shoot, that didn't come out very good. Let me do it this way. I think it's called Lovely Florals. Somebody just said it up at the top. I think it's Lovely Florals. It goes with Floral Charm paper. It's got some of that same paper in there. What? Why is it not getting the middle? Let me put a pad under here. I got a pad under here. I don't know why it's not doing it. Let's try the other side here. Came out fine when I did it earlier. Glad I brought another piece of paper. All right, that one came out good. I don't know why it didn't come out very good on there. Okay, so there's one. I'm just gonna have to. Oh, maybe I could do one on the back of this. I think I can fit one there. So there's that one. Now let's do um, the blue one. Oops. Oh, I don't need any words. Never mind. I thought I needed grace again. All right, so the blue one. Let's see if this one comes out better. I know my pads are pretty juicy. Yeah, lovely florals. Okay. All right. No, it's sold out. I looked under scrapbooking kits and it's sold out because I just checked. I think it was still available last week, but when I checked a couple days ago, it was sold out. So All right, and then I'm gonna do one relax in the blue. And I ripped the other one because it was pretty big, but this one is almost exactly the right size. And then I'm gonna dip it like so. And this was um, Night of Navy. And then I've got Old Olive because I didn't have the Mossy Meadow pad handy, but it looks almost exactly the same. And we're gonna stamp two of these. Oops. See, that looks almost like Mossy Meadow because this pad's really dark. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna rip and dip these. It's hard to rip this one because it's not much to rip. I just finished watching the best series. It was called The Chestnut Man, I think. It was on Netflix. And if you guys like Harlan Coben movies, it was pretty much exactly like a Harlan Coben movie. It was German originally, and it was dubbed in English, but it was 2 seasons, and each of the seasons is about a different serial killer, and, oh, it's really good. I just finished it. So, I've got the blender pen. So, if you have a blender pen, that's what you're gonna do. Oops, you know what? I need the ink pad back because first I started doing this and just grabbing the ink and, pulling it across, but it wasn't quite enough. It was for part of the chair, but not the other part, the back part. So I had to grab a little bit of ink from the lid. So I just grabbed a little bit and then just put it on the back part. So that just gives you a little bit more color on the chair. So it's not just white. So there's one. And then for this one, for the blue one, I don't think I grabbed any more ink, but I will if I need to. Oops, thought I cleaned it. You just got to wipe it till it comes clean. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to add some blue in that because I just got some Cajun on it. So you just squeeze the lid and it gets some ink in there. So we just need that much. You don't want it dark, dark though. So if you've never used a blender pen, it's just clear. It has glycerin in it, and you don't have to squeeze it. You don't have to do anything. You just dip it in whatever color ink you want, and it will color that color. And then you just wipe it until it goes clear to change colors. So you can have it comes in a pack of 3. I think it's like $11. I don't know. I haven't bought any in a while because I had so many. All right. So there you go. Man, I can't believe I messed that up right there. Make it darker. Oops. I didn't want to get my scrap paper dirty. Okay. Um, yeah, I did put the piece of paper on the Misty Moonlight one, that just edge right there. But I didn't want to put the seagrass because it doesn't really go with this card. It just went with the other 2 cards. So you could put a tree in there if you wanted to have something else besides the piece of paper in there. Okay, so I've already cut out 2 of the now see this was with using the ink refill and this wasn't. I'm gonna add a little bit more ink on this one because it's kind of light. but I've already cut these two out, so I just got to cut out the blue one. I'm wiping it off a little bit because I don't want it super dark. Just want to get a little bit in there. There you go. All right, that looks better. I like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna cut. I don't need this one because I've already cut out two. So here's our two for those cards, and then we're gonna cut out this one. So I'm gonna grab my little mini one, line that up. Stick that in here. I did move it. Should have done this one ahead of time too, I know. Oops. This one, the little mini one, for some reason, you got to put the one piece. Can't have it all stacked at the same way at the top. You got to put this one a little bit ahead or else a little bit back, and it won't grab it. I don't know why, because the big one doesn't do that. You could sponge them if you wanted to. That would work also. Okay, let me straighten out here. All right, so there's that one. Yeah, if you wanted to sponge it, you could. That's totally good. All right, so the blue, we're gonna put all this on with dimensional. So let me flip all those over. I'm trying to read some comments. Oh, Jeanette, you live in Stewart, Virginia? I've heard of that. I don't know how far it is from me, but I've heard of it. What is that close to? So I'm gonna put about 6 on here like so. So I've been checking the weather for Alaska. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get some kind of springy weather. It looks like it's gonna be pretty cold. I'm, I'm like, dang it, I really didn't want to have to pack a big coat, but I think I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna take like a light jacket, like a rain jacket, and then like a kind of sweater jacket, and then I'm gonna take my kind of big coat because it looks like it's gonna be kind of cold and rain. Hopefully it won't rain the whole time though. So you can put the chair wherever you want. I kind of like it, kind of between the trees there. And then here's our blue words. I like these right down at the bottom. Then this one. Got these things everywhere. You got to get the chairs. Yeah, you do. And if you have the old set, there was an old set that had Adirondack chair in it. If you still have that one, you could use that one, but I'm gonna put this one like right there. This one's bigger. That old set that had the chair, that was smaller one. So I put a whole bunch of mail in the mailbox. I don't know if I told you guys this. No, I didn't because that Saturday was the last time I was on. So Saturday after the video, I go outside and put a whole bunch of stuff in the mailbox, like all the cards and like 10 things, and put the flag up. And I waited all day long and I kept checking out the window and the flag's still up. So I go out there about 7 o'clock and the mailman never came on Saturday. So then I look it up. It says only Monday, yesterday was the holiday, but I guess my mailman took a long weekend and just decided to take a 4-day weekend instead of a 3-day weekend. And so I put all the mail back in the mailbox today. I was so mad because I had all this stuff to go out. All right, so this one, oh, I used the rhinestones on this one. So we'll just put some on here. I put one on the words. And then, oh, for the other ones, I used the bronze or copper. I guess they're copper. These are, so that was just the rhinestones. These are the adhesive backed metallic gems, which I'm pretty sure these are still current. I looked them up not long ago and they were still current. So I just used these like coppery looking ones. I'll get a couple of those. I thought that looked good with the Cajun Craze color. And then same thing for this one. Okay. All right. And then we're going to give it a little spritz. Oh gosh, it's only 7:30. How did we finish so early tonight? That was like super duper fast. Oh, we still got the joke though, cards to give away. Okay. So there you go. So here's our cards. We got two of each. Oh, choking on that alcohol. Bleh. All right. There you go. I'm way out of the picture here. All right. So what do you guys think? Not supposed to be like that. Okay. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, the mailman. I know. I don't know. Maybe he was sick. I have a really nice mailman though, so I can't really say anything bad about him. But maybe somebody called in sick and he had to do 2 routes and didn't finish. I don't know. Um, yeah, these are fast cards, but I love this background. I think this is really pretty for these cards, and I really haven't seen anybody use this background. I've seen a lot of people do the scenic coast one. That's also another good one. That's a good background for these chairs. So, but these chairs were so easy and they just make such a cute masculine card. So these would be great. Or you could put birthday if it's a birthday, but this would be like a great Father's Day card, put relax and then put Happy Father's Day inside. I think that would be a great card. All right, it's time for the joke of the day. Oh, Terry, you didn't get mail either Saturday. Maybe they just called in sick and there just wasn't enough of them. I don't know. All right, so here we go. All right, I've sure gotten old. I have outlived my teeth and my I've outlived my feet and my teeth. I've had 2 bypass surgeries, a hip replacement, new knees, fought prostate cancer and diabetes. I'm half blind and can't hear anything quieter than a jet engine. I take 40 different medications that make me dizzy, winded, and subject to blackouts. I have bouts with dementia. I have poor circulation and hardly feel my hands and feet anymore. I can't remember if I'm 85 or 92. I have lost all of my friends, but thank God I still have my driver's license. Is that the truth? Have you guys ever seen somebody like 90 years old driving down the road at 20 miles an hour on the highway? All right, I got another one for you. This one was really funny too, I thought. Because it reminded me of what I told you guys last time. I feel like my body has gotten totally out of shape, so I got my doctor's permission to join a fitness club and start exercising. I decided to take an aerobics class for seniors. I bent, twisted, gyrated, jumped up and down, and perspired for an hour. But by the time I got my leotards on, the class was over. That reminded me of the Spanx story I told you guys. Okay. All right, it's time for card giveaway. So here we go. Let's see. I've got a few that were not claimed. So we've got Janet, Mario, and Jody. You guys won last time. I haven't claimed your cards. And then I've got some more of these. And this one is like this. But it's if you get it's in the mail, it's going to be folded like that so that it is flatter because it doesn't want to stay down. All right, so those are the cards for today. Venus says my body's in shape, round in shape. All right, but here we go. Tony, you have a friend who is 102 and she drove. Well, some people are okay. My mother keeps saying she wants to drive every time I take her somewhere. She says, "Oh, you want me to drive?" And I'm like, "No, because you can't see over the dashboard." And I said, "And I don't think you could even hit the brakes." She's really short now. She used to be 5'6". Now she's only 5 feet. But um, I don't think she has enough strength in her legs to hit the brake. So, all right, first winner is Mimi Hennelly. Next one is Nancy Ross. And the last one, it's funny, my picture's like 10 seconds behind what I'm saying. Betty Burke. So, Betty Burke, you get that one. All right, so those are the winners for today. So, if you won, here's my email address. You just send me your address and I'll send you the card. And I guess you don't have my address anymore. Jody, I don't really I might have it, but it's so much easier for me to get an email from you guys than to sit there and look through my email at, all my emails and try and find it. That takes me a while. So, I don't have them written down anywhere. But sometimes I'll search my emails and just do it that way, but um it's much easier if you send me your address and then I can just boom, write it down and don't have to look for it. So, all right. So we are done early tonight, but next two videos will probably be long because the cards take, even though they're super easy cards, they do take a while. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys something too. So I noticed I'm subscribed to like, I don't know, 20 or 30 at least people on YouTube, and I never get a notification, even about myself when I go live, like not one single notification. And so I think YouTube just does this all the time, but they reset everybody's notifications or subscriptions or whatever. So I had went back and looked at some people I've subscribed to, and it had taken me either like unsubscribed me or had put me back to like just occasional notifications instead of all videos. So please make sure if you're not getting notified for the live video, go back and just check and make sure that you're subscribed, number one, and that you've hit that bell for all notifications so that you get notified. Because I noticed my views have gone down some a little bit from normal. And I don't know if that's why or if just, but I did notice I don't get notified about anybody's videos. So I had to go back and fix a bunch. So please do that for me if you would. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff for me too. I would really appreciate it. And I'll be back Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Here's my address too. And here's the other addresses if you want those. So I'll be back Thursday night. Oh, Debbie, you're 81 and 411 and you still drive. Dang, that's good. Yeah, I was glad. My mother wrecked her car like 8 years ago and couldn't afford another car. And I was really, really glad because she shouldn't have been driving anyway. So she thinks she's a great driver, but I don't let her drive. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon in 2 days. Have a great rest of your week till I see you again.